the end of this year. Where does the spotlight fall? Right here.
Here you see Pacquiao land a beautiful short left cross right over the shoulder. Diaz never even saw the punch.
Jab, left hand, good night. Merciful. Finally, the merciful night. Clearly in the hearts of fans who love exciting boxing, Manny Pacquiao is #1 in the world. But his last couple of performances have shown the beginnings of some possible deterioration. Is he #1 pound for pound? He'll try to make a statement here. Emmanuel Stewart, if I were David Diaz, I would enter round one looking to ask Manny Pacquiao one significant question. Did you train to take body punches? Are you ready to get hit in the gut?
Well, I think that's what he should do, too. But, you know, looking at Manny, to me, I'm just amazed that this guy's fighting that for his 4th different weight division.
How well Pacquiao is trained, and already Pacquiao shows the speed advantage that makes him so special.
But I look what Pacquiao sees, the tight defense of Diaz. He was covered up and on the top, but he's trying to find a way to come up between the gloves. But took was simply with his left uppercut. See, he's just trying to right there. He's very smart. He realizes that it's not going to be that easy to hit him to the head on top at the beginning.
David Diaz is a fast lightweight, but he's a strong lightweight. He's not easy to put away in a cold breeze. Uppercut by Pacquiao. Mixing his punches brilliantly. Catches Diaz with a left hand. Diaz blocking ardently with his gloves, but on the defensive before he finally breaks out with another attempted body shot.
Diaz is doing a pretty good job defensive, but he can't do too much offensive simply because he's not fast enough yet. Until Pacquiao slows down, it's going to be hard for him to do anything offensive.
And he will carry the spit bucket. Strickland has said, if David could beat Manny Pacquiao, I might retire. Diaz says, no way, I'm not going to let him. And you heard Freddie Roach very pleased with the way his fighter fought round one. CompuBox numbers, Pacquiao 19 out of 91, Diaz only 9 out of 43. Again, the uppercut with a left hand from Pacquiao. Again, a body shot from Diaz. Momentarily drives Manny back. Hand speed advantage tremendously in Pacquiao's favor.
Yeah, Pacquiao's doing a beautiful job of boxing. Putting his combinations together, getting in and out.
Good left hand by Diaz. Caught Pacquiao right between punches. Lands a left hand on the chin again. This one a more glancing blow. Pacquiao with a big left hand lead over the top. And another uppercut.
But he has not been landing. Those punches are not landing. Diaz is catching the punches for the most part.
Doing a good job with his tight guard, David Diaz. All those punches are blocked. And those.
And there he is.
David is 40 seconds still to go in a wildly active round two. Straight right hand lands for Diaz. Pacquiao lands his right hook.
Jim Strickland, the manager of Diaz, normally works in most fights as a cut man, so he'll get a chance to practice on his own fighter at the end of this round.
See a good one, Emmanuel?
It's a good cut man. One of the best.
Emmanuel, tell us about the difficulty of a cut right on the bridge of the nose.
Bridge of the nose is very difficult. It's not serious. It doesn't bleed too much. You know, your adrenaline chloride and thrombin and the regular stuff would usually get it to coagulate. It doesn't bleed too much.
Even though there was no knockdown, Harold Letterman scored the second round, a 10-8 round for Pacquiao, who had a landslide in power punches, landing 34 of 83 to only 7 of 25 for Diaz. A wildly active Pacquiao threw 114 punches in the second round. David Diaz won't just go away.
Pacquiao's speed is just right at this stage, just too much, and that's the big difference in the fight. Not only is he boxing, but he's doing a variety of things. He's jabbing, he's doing right hooks, right uppercuts, left hands over top. He's doing so many different things.
He looks spectacular, and he's doing it against a southpaw after not having fought one for years. Big right hook by Pacquiao. Another big right hook right on the button by Pacquiao. David Diaz has a stern chin, and he's taking these punches pretty well.
Well, it's going to be put to the test tonight, but Pacquiao's hitting me with punches. I mean, consistently with both hands. David's speed is just too low right now. He cannot.
What David needs to do is to go plant his head on Manny Pacquiao's chest and not move away.
Yeah, but he's just too slow.
Two good body shots for Diaz. And a third for good measure. Pacquiao again with that right hook, right uppercut combination. Tremendous work with the right hand by Pacquiao. Hooking and uppercutting just the same way we saw Andre Berto do it with his backhand last week. Pacquiao's doing it with his lead hand. Courage of David Diaz is one of the key measures to making the fight watchable so far. He's too brave to just go away amid the onslaught from Pacquiao. Diaz mostly blocking that right hook. Pacquiao gets to his body. Just missed with what would have been a big left hand connect, did Pacquiao. Two body shots from Diaz. And a third one as the round comes.
In the arena.
Admiring his work.
Yeah.
Brings a whole new meaning to the old boxing phrase, admiring your work.
You know, normally as a fighter, Pacquiao's known for that powerful straight left. You know, jab with his right hand, a hard straight left. And he's changing up. He's got a guy that he can do everything with now because it's a right, another left hand, and he's doing it too.
Harold, how do you have it through three?
Look at you, 3 rounds to nothing. 30-26, Manny Pacquiao. Jim, I can't remember a southpaw who can throw 4 or 5 right hands before he pulls his right hand back. Incredible.
In the lightweight division, a non-stop aggressor with speed and power beyond compare.
Just the whole body rhythm and coordination of Diaz is just too slow.
And a cut now above the right eye of Diaz, as you said, Emmanuel. So he's bleeding from the nose, and he's bleeding from above the right eye, and he's getting hit flush with a lot of Pacquiao shots. No matter how hard Diaz works to cover up against these onslaughts, Manny Pacquiao is simply too fast and too good. Perfect shot by Pacquiao. Diaz shakes his head as if to say to the referee, I'm okay. I know I just got hit with a howitzer, but I'm still here. And they throw at the same time. The difference in hand speed is so evident.
Unbelievable with the hand speed as well as the foot speed right there. Diaz, not only the hand speed, but he just can't deal with all the twisting and pivoting that that Pacquiao's putting into the fight also.
Diaz's left eye is beginning to swell. We're told the round. There's no way you're going to beat him if he's getting off that many shots. It is a brilliant and stunningly effective performance by Pacquiao so far.
And Diaz is getting seriously behind because, you know, being that he's not a devastating one-punch knockout fighter, once you get behind on points like this, it's going to be very hard for him to pull this fight out. You know, even when because Pacquiao is just a little too fast, a little too sharp, and steadily moving and twisting and turning, punching, going in and out. And Diaz just in his footwork, he's just too clumsy and slow and stiff.
Two good body shots there by the determined and gutty David Diaz. Keeps demonstrating that as far as attitude is concerned, he won't take no for an answer. Hard right hand by Pacquiao. Uppercut stuns Diaz again. Pacquiao's...
I thought he would move more than not to do the things that he's doing.
And incidentally, in case you're really paying attention to Manny Pacquiao for the first time and you're looking at the possible fights ahead, how good is Juan Manuel Marquez of Mexico? Well, consider this. In 2 fights against Pacquiao, Marquez has won more rounds than Pacquiao has won. That's how good he is. If it weren't for the 4 knockdowns that Pacquiao has applied to Marquez, Marquez would have won both fights. Now Diaz gets a couple of answers in there. What guts! What determination by David Diaz! Hard left hand by Diaz momentarily stops the Pacquiao assault. The layman, not all that familiar with boxing, would look at Diaz's face and say, how can he be allowed to continue under these circumstances?
Yeah, because he is a world champion, and they do stop it between rounds, but I'm a little bit kind of disappointed. I thought that it would have coagulated a lot better than it has at this stage, but it seems as soon as that bell rings, he goes out, he starts bleeding as if they didn't put anything on it.
Well, no way Diaz will quit. He's totally willing to go out on his shield. So that puts pressure on the referee and medical authorities to be sure that they protect him in the right way.
Because you can see Pacquiao's really concentrating on dropping those shots right on that eye to it. He's landed a tremendous left cross right on the eye, and he's seems like loading up trying to let power punches now.
Pacquiao's not a sadist. He's a sportsman at heart, but he will do what has to be done, which is to continue to go after the damage he's already done to David Diaz. Diaz has to be earning the respect of the crowd as he continues to fire resolutely in round 6. And the Pacquiao storm once again continues. A tsunami, a hurricane, a tornado rolling up like a tennis ball completely shut.
But one eye is swelling and the other one is bleeding, and they haven't seemingly stopped the flow of blood. And as soon as the bell rings, it starts bleeding right away again. And it's a big factor.
Those punches, he's just too fast. That's the story of what's happened so far. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, 6-0, 60-53, Manny Pacquiao. Maybe I'm being a little bit more generous than I should be. I think there's a lot more 10-8 rounds mixed in there somewhere. But here's a major, I gotta point this out. He's cut over the right eye. Initially, that cut was caused by an accidental headbutt. If this fight gets stopped, that cut is being made worse by legal blows. If the fight gets stopped, because we're beyond the 4th round, they'll go to the scorecards to determine the winner. But certainly, Pacquiao is way ahead on the scorecards.
David Diaz keeps plugging away. He wasn't as fast as Zab Judah in 1996 either, but he somehow got that done. He wasn't as fast as Armando Santa Cruz 2 summers ago in Chicago, but he somehow got that done. His career will never be compared with that of the great Eric Morales, but he somehow got that done. So don't tell David Diaz he doesn't have a chance. He doesn't believe you.
Watch the hold.
And incidentally, lest you think that Pacquiao may have no other talents besides what he shows you in the ring, he's currently enrolled in college courses back in the Philippines. When he goes to class to sit in a college classroom, 5 armed bodyguards have to wait outside the building.
Plus, he says that even in class, he spends more time signing autographs than he does doing homework or studying.
The teachers, like the students, scream and shout when he comes into the room. And deal with speed is to try to interrupt the action and make the faster fighter fight when he doesn't want to. There hasn't been a moment in this fight when Manny Pacquiao didn't want to assault David Diaz. So it's very difficult for Diaz to find any moment at which to make a statement. He's gotten in some body punches. but mostly he's taken big shots.
As he said, when he told Strickland about 2 rounds back, he just can't handle the speed. And I think that's a good way to sum it up. There's too much of speed.
Well, we wondered if Pacquiao would look any slower at 135 pounds than he did at 126 and 130. And Emmanuel, I think the early returns may be made a little bit more dramatic because of the absence of speed from the opponent. Is, if anything, he looks faster.
He looks faster, more natural, looks stronger. All the way down, much more devastating. Soon this round, I think the referee's getting in position to stop the fight now. He's looking entirely strictly at his eye and his face. So he's getting in a position, his mind is functioning on stopping the fight now.
Increasingly on the defensive, Diaz has less and less to offer as the 8th round goes on. The crowd has gotten its money's worth. The crowd has seen the show they wanted to see. Manny Pacquiao has made his statement. There isn't much reason beyond a few moments like that for this to keep going forward. If ever you knew in advance that if things got bad, an opponent would be too brave for his own good, you knew it tonight.
Yeah, I think the corner should stop the fight. It would be a graceful way to end it, but it's over for all practically.
Output has been dropping. 65 punches thrown in the 5th, 57 in the 6th, 50 in the 7th, only 38 in the 8th. Surely a serious consideration must now be given to stopping the fight in the 9th if things continue the way they've been. Tremendous straight left-hand shot for Pacquiao. Diaz falls into his arms. If the idea here is that there's some honor in allowing David Diaz to finish the fight, that would be a very misplaced instinct.
It's not worth it.
There's plenty of honor for Diaz tonight. It won't be in some way embellished by letting him go to a bloodier, more brutal finish. How many more? Down he goes, and Dracula stops the fight.
It should have never got to that.
By the end of this year, where does the spotlight fall? Right here.
Here you see Pacquiao land a beautiful short left cross right over the shoulder. Diaz never even saw the punch.
Jab, left hand, good night. Merciful. Finally, the merciful knockout we were talking about.
Yes, it was. First class.
Right on the chin.
The winner by knockout victory, the fighting pride of the Philippines, now a 4-time world champion and new WBC lightweight champion of the world, Manny